Hey guys, and welcome back to the Bible in Context series. This is episode 9, which is Shemu'el Aleph, or 1 Samuel. So Shemuel means heard by El. This is a historical book, and it marks the transition from judges to kings. Alright, so who wrote it? Well, traditionally, this was attributed to Shemuel, which is Samuel, with later portions recorded by prophets after his death. This book records prophetic leadership, not royal propaganda. All right, when was it written? This was written during the late period of the Judges and the rise of the monarchy. This is a turning point book. Where does it take place? This is taking place throughout the land of Yisra'el, including Shiloh, Mizpah, Ramah, and battlefields within the Philistines. So spiritual leadership shifts as political pressures increase. So what is Shemu'el Aleph about? Leadership and obedience. The danger of wanting to be like other nations. Well, why was it written? Is this to show us how Yisra'el rejected Yahuah as their sovereign, which is king? How kingship was demanded instead of trust? How obedience matters more than position? And how Yahuah raises leaders by his choice, not human preference. Okay, so my simple outline, let me pull it up here. So simple outline is going to be: beginning is the birth and calling of Shemuel. The middle is Yisrael demands a king and Shaul is anointed. The end is Shaul's disobedience and the rise of David, which is David. All right, so my key events are the birth of Shemuel through Hannah's prayers, the corruption of the priesthood at Shiloh, the ark and conflict with the Philistines. That's a good read. Well, I guess it's all a good read, but I really like that. Yisrael demanding a king, the anointing and failure of Shaul, and the anointing of David. So the key verses I personally have chosen. The first is Shemu'el Aleph 8:7. Okay, and it says, "And Yahuah said to Shemuel, listen to the voice of the people and all that they say to you, for they have not rejected you, but they have rejected me from reigning over them." This exposes their heart issue behind the demand for a king. The second one is Shemu'el Aleph, chapter 12, verses 14 and 15. Okay, hold on. Let me move my post-it out of the way. What is it? 12, and then I said 14 and 15. Okay, so that is going to say, "If you fear Yahuah and shall serve him and obey his voice and not rebel against the command of Yahuah, then both you and the sovereign who reigns over you shall follow Yahuah your Elohim. But if you do not obey the voice of Yahuah and shall rebel against the mouth of Yahuah, then the hand of Yahuah shall be against you as it was against your fathers." This shows that kingship does not cancel obedience. They still must be obedient. And this is one of my favorite. This is Shemu'el Aleph, chapter 15, verse 22. Okay, it says, "Then Shemuel said, does Yahuah delight in ascending offerings and slaughterings as in obeying the voice of Yahuah? Look, to obey is better than a slaughtering. To heed is better than the fat of rams." This is establishing obedience as the standard, not ritual. That is why that verse is so important. Basically, it's like when we see people profess his name. "Oh, God is my number one. I do anything for him." Yeah, then why don't you obey his commands? Just saying. If you do anything, why don't you do the thing he commands you to do? Anyways, that is my Shemu'el Aleph breakdown. Of course, the next book is going to be Shemu'el Bet, which is 2 Samuel. Stay tuned.